Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Janani. Today I'm excited to show you guys how I made these beautiful lavender flower earrings. For this project I'll be using several shades of purple colors. These are leftover from other projects, so unfortunately I cannot share any color recipes. I'll also use 2 shades of green, and these are for my skinner blend for the base. To create the skinner blend, I shaped my clay into teardrop shapes and placed them in opposite direction to each other. I made sure they're stuck together very well. Then using a roller, I flatten it so it's easier to feed the clay through the passer machine. I ran the clay through the pasta machine lengthwise several times until it's nicely blended to create the gradient. When the clay starts expanding lengthwise, I folded the clay in half and pushed the sides in. I kept repeating this step to make sure the clay is only stretched lengthwise. I always like to add some translucent backing to stretch out the clay so I am able to get more pieces. For this base piece of clay, I used this second thicker setting on my pasta machine. Next, I lightly pressed my cutter onto the base clay because for these type of designs I like to have an outline. I'm so proud of these 3D cutters that I created. Maybe when I get better, I'll show you guys how I did them. And here we are at the fun part. I ran some green clay through the pasta machine on the thinnest setting. I started with creating the stems. Using green clay, I rolled some skinny snakes. The thinner, the better. To create my design, I placed 3 of these thin snakes on my base. Alright, let's make some flowers. There are several ways to make lavender flowers, but this way is the easiest that I found. And here are the colors I chose for the flowers. Using an X-Acto knife, I scratched these balls of clay in circles. This creates a small bits of clay that looks like moss. It is super fun to create this texture. I repeated this with all the colors of the clay that I chose. Using the same X-Acto knife, I then picked up these small bits of clay and started placing them in shape of a lavender flower. This technique is like painting. It's actually used to create polymer clay sceneries. I used several colors to show the depth of the flower. I put my favorite ghost hunting show and kept creating. Do you have a favorite TV show or music that you listen to when creating your pieces? Share your favorite ones down in the comments. I would love to know. I also added some green texture to mimic leaves on the top of the flower. Every flower needs its leaves, so I freehanded some leaves for these flowers. And of course, the leaves I created were bigger than the real thing because I wanted to add a little bit of artistic flair. Then I used the same scratching technique to cover the bottom. And here I am creating rest of the pieces, and like always I'll list all the tools and supplies I used in this tutorial down in the description box. Make sure you check them out. After all the decorating is done, I used the same 3D cutter again to cut the shapes out. And of course, I miserably failed on a satisfying skeleton pole. And next, I clean the edges on these pieces. I wanted to create that nice framed look on these earrings. So I extruded some skinny snakes and carefully ran the clay around these pieces. They now look like a framed piece of art. I created some very simple beads to go along with these pieces. In a future tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how I made these. They are super simple. Then I went ahead and cured these pieces in 275 Fahrenheit for an hour. When the pieces are cooled down, I worked on drilling holes, adding the hardware, and cleaned the pieces using some acetone. And here we have the final result. Thank you so much for tuning in with me for this tutorial. Please do not forget to tag me on your creations if you were ever inspired by my tutorials. See you on the next one.